Welcome to the Genetec stand at Intersec Dubai 2025. We're in the heart of the event, and I'm delighted to be here with Andrew Elvish, their Vice President of Marketing, as we're going to catch up about Genetec's latest developments, innovations, and ambitions in the marketplace. Andrew, you're the right person to talk to about this.
I am, Ryan. I am the guy you got to come to. If you're coming to our booth, come talk to me. I'll show you around. We'll talk about all the trends.
It's always a pleasure to be here. So talking trends and talking about the region, first of all, can you help our audience at home to understand a little bit more about what your key priorities are in this region in 2025?
Right. Ryan, this region is an enormous region of fast-growing countries and fast-growing economies. We have seen such, amazing growth over the past 5 years in the Middle East, Turkey, and Africa markets. And we've seen the priorities coming to us really around infrastructure, large-scale developments. So I'm talking airports, venues, large resort and city developments. There's huge investments going on in Saudi right now. And of course, this absolute modernization of what physical security means throughout the Middle East, especially if you go to here in Dubai, all throughout the UAE. So we're putting a big focus on those markets and of course, technology innovation. So really going hard on our development of tools that leverage machine learning and other aspects of artificial intelligence, especially around forensic research and investigations. And how can we help people in Middle East, Turkey, and Africa maximize their efficiency? So, hiring people here, it's super difficult. Talented people in the security industry are very rare. So what we're doing, we're really trying to make it easier for people to get work done. And that's why we're introducing our new product called Operations Center here. So it helps security teams be more efficient because they don't have, as many people as they would like. So that's a big focus for our business this year.
Fantastic. There are two things there, Andrew, that I'd like to touch upon. You mentioned the technology development and you mentioned Operations Center.
Yes.
Are you showcasing them here at Intersec this week? And
absolutely.
Can you talk us through a little bit more about that?
Sure. I'll start in reverse order. Operations Center, I'm very excited about. I'm excited about it because security professionals have for a very long time had to make do with tools that come from the IT world or come from the consulting world. Tools that manage work, but they're not really made for security professionals. And that has really left them in a bit of a lurch. So they've been trying to work with tools like, Trello or Atlassian, or frankly, an Excel spreadsheet or a whiteboard. Those aren't very scalable technologies. So what we've been working with our largest and most sophisticated customers to say, how can we make you more efficient at being security professionals? And that's really how we started building up the basis that is now Operations Center. And Operations Center is, at its very base, it's a work management tool for security professionals. So if you have to do an investigation or if you have to dispatch security people to the field, this is the tool you want to be using. It steps them through the work. It helps measure, manage, and report on the work you're doing. And it scales broadly to your cell phones, to people in other parts of your business, maybe around the world. You can collaborate on things. You can share threats that might be specifically directed at your company. And we see that, when you look at some of the terrible things that have happened around executive protection over the last year, really shocking things, you realize that a lot of security teams are working in silos. And when you work in a silo, it's hard to have effective response. So Operations Center is something we're very excited about. And I hope both our channel partners and our end users take advantage of it. Because actually, if you're a Genetec certified channel partner, we'll give you a copy of that tool for free so you can manage your deployments. So that's one thing we're showing here. The other thing we're showing here is the technological developments around our core product, Security Center. And nothing is more exciting than the new forensic search capabilities. I'm blown away by it. Frankly, we have put massive, massive investment in the ability to not just do better searches, but to make it easier for security professionals to find the moments they need in video footage and access control and pull that together, because it's a unified platform. So you want license plates, access control, and video all in one platform, and you want to be able to do forensic investigations into it. So the investment we put in there was not just in, being good at finding things, but also being good at doing better searches. So people don't want to have to always use structured search, where they're all very, very, detailed searches. Some people aren't very good in English, or they maybe are better visually. So we can do natural language searches. You just type things in free form, and our large language model is able to interpret that and really take you to the part of the video information that you need. And it seems like that might be simple, but video is an extraordinarily complex data set. It's not like language, which is very structured. You can search it very easily when you have language. Video is just a mass of images coming at you for hours and hours and hours. So computers are very good at that. And that's why at Genetec, we don't talk a lot about artificial intelligence. We talk a lot about intelligent automation. And that's what our forensic search is all about. It's about being intelligent and automating the work of the human security professional. So I am very excited. You can see it on the booth here. You can see it from any of our Genetec channel partners out there in the world. You can ask for a demo. It's super cool. And I think it's going to really change the game, not just for us, but for our partners and for, frankly, our competitors.
Thank you, Andrew. So that covers, your tools, your technology, your innovations, and what you're most excited about here at Intersec. And believe me, audience at home, it is really fantastic being here on the stand. What I really want to find out about is the vertical sectors. So safe cities, critical infrastructure, the projects that Genetec are going to be working to support the most in 2025 and beyond.
Absolutely. Our vertical businesses are very well diversified at Genetec. So we work across many of them, and we see, different business needs in them. But I would say right now in the Middle East, we're seeing a huge emphasis on infrastructure development that's going on. So when you look at regions like Saudi Arabia, there's a huge investment going into it right now with Vision 2030. You have this desire, to not just, build for building's sake, but there is a very deterministic vision to, increase the amount of technology and how much technology plays into their GDP. So it's not just about, building infrastructure for building infrastructure's sake. It's about, advancing the vision of this country. And so where we are seeing the business really becoming very interesting for us is in the building of, large-scale infrastructure such as airports, data centers, huge. There's a lot of investment going into data centers right now. And data centers are kind of like the decathlon of security technology. They need everything, and they need it as high performance as possible. So data centers are going to be big. And that is interesting to us in two ways, because we're starting to see the Middle East open up in terms of cloud technology and as a service technology. And that makes a big difference, because Genetec, we've been in the as a service and cloud technology business since 2012, and we're seeing it gain traction in the region. So it's a business opportunity for us, because we've been known to be the leaders in, deploying data center physical security around the world. And with the growth of that business, not only will we be doing more of that for the expansion that we're seeing here in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia specifically, but we're going to benefit from it because it's going to help the entire Middle East, Turkey, and Africa market take more advantage of cloud-based solutions.
Fantastic. It's really great to hear about your expectations for all of these projects and advancements of infrastructure and how you're going to support that in the region, Andrew. What about your expectations for market growth and engagement with your customer base here in the Middle East as well?
Yeah, well, I would say one of the nice things about coming to Intersec at the beginning of the year is it's such an open show. The people who are coming to the show are genuinely curious. They want to talk about technology. They want to engage. And I find that makes it such an exciting show to be at. And that's very much like our business here in the Middle East. Just last year at this show, we opened our new experience center here at One World Trade Center. So we have a brand new showroom there, and we've had hundreds of people through over the year. And what I can say in terms of the trend around the market growth and engagement with our customers and our channel partners is that this is a region that has been very lucky to have avoided some of the macroeconomic, churn that's been going on around interest rates, around inflation. It's been slightly insulated from that. And as a result, the economy here has been very strong. So we continue to see growth in the market that outstrips growth in other major regions around the world. And I think part of it is that the Middle East security professional, whether it's our channel partners or our end users, are really open to trying new things. They're really open to technology more and more and more. So as we bring new technology to the market, we see customers who really want to bring that into their facilities, whether that's, our new cameras that are coming out from our partners like Axis, Bosch, or Hanwha, or new access control technologies from HID Mercury. People are very excited about this. We have new vape detector. People love vaping in the Middle East, I'll tell you that, but maybe they don't want it in schools for their kids. So vape detectors have become a big business. Triton is a new partner of ours, and they've got this amazing vape detector. You can see it on our booth here. So here in the Middle East, we see a desire to do new things. And with the market growing as it is, I think it's a very good time to be in physical security. And it's being driven, I think, of course, by the curiosity and the natural desire to be innovative, but also the changing role of the security professionals. Security professionals have completely changed over the last 10 years. They're much more focused on IT, networking, cybersecurity. This has driven not just a change in who is in the physical security industry, but this kind of seat at the table physical security professionals have in their business. It's a much more strategic seat, seen as less of a cost of doing business and more as strategic to a company's success and longevity. So that, to me, is really one of the big markers of how things have changed. So that's what we're hearing from not just our end users, but our channel partners, frankly. Like, I look around here at the channel partners, and I mean, they would be unrecognizable 10 years ago. These are savvy, IT, smart cybersecurity experts who are really focused not just on hanging cameras and opening and closing doors, but really thinking about the bigger impact their installations have on their customers' business. So it's a changing world.
Wonderful. And I do think that Genetec is keeping ahead of that ever-changing world in the way that you're continuously evolving your products and your services. And you mentioned the Experience Center that you opened here in Dubai 1 year ago. How quickly that time has gone. Andrew, finally, what else is Genetec doing to advance its offerings and its services to adapt and keep up with the ever-changing challenges here in the Middle East region?
Well, one of the things we're doing is continuing to work very, very closely with our technology partners. You can't be successful in this industry if you don't have a deep and highly trusting network of partners who can bring technologies to the table that you can't build. Genetec doesn't want to build cameras, nor do we want to build network door controllers. And I think companies that do end-to-end solutions, well, it feels nice. They'd be like, oh, I just have to order things from one company and they'll do everything. It's just not realistic. The expertise that's required and the research and development that's required to either build software platforms or these sensor technologies, it's very difficult to do that all under one roof. So that's why we work with our partners so much. So here in the Middle East, we're spending a lot of time bringing those partnerships to bear on the region. There's a lot around, biometrics, big. You know, you look at some of things like the Morpho Wave technology for access control, highly secure credentialing. You also see our work that we've been doing with Axis. We're introducing the new Axis powered by Genetec network door controllers that can control more doors centrally. We have the new Mercury panels, the MP series. These are all really big technologies. And I know, you know, when we look at the region, people are thinking about, you know, just the things that they need to get done, the outcomes they're focused on. And we want to be able to address those outcomes that people want to have by offering a broad portfolio of open technologies. I mean, just over here on the booth, you have Optex, you know, laser detection, amazing, amazing tools at airports where you're doing like large area tracking, perimeter tracking. These things are, you know, super important, and we put a big emphasis on that. And if you come to our experience center, you'll see there's a vast array of partner technology there, and of course the Genetec platform powering all of that. So that's a big one. And finally, and importantly, camera technology has come so far over the last 5 years. The processing power on those cameras are just amazing. So what we're doing now is we're really taking advantage of the forensic technology that is on board those cameras, so people can actually get that metadata out and into the platform and do better investigations. So that dovetails with our forensic technology really nicely. And we want to make it as seamless as possible. So you don't have to go from one camera to the next camera, because you might have a camera from Bosch and a camera from Axis and a camera from Hanwha, but you don't want to have to go into each of them and do investigations differently. You want to be able to use all of them in one smooth way. And that's what Genetec is really, really good at. So that's kind of the nutshell version of what we're doing this year here in the Middle East.
Fantastic, Andrew. I mean, what a breakdown, like you said, in a nutshell, how Genetec is staying well ahead of advancements in the security industry, enhancing security themselves with partners, with innovation, with technology, and obviously by having pretty much the best of the best in terms of the people working behind the company. So, Andrew, it's really great to get this update again. I look forward to this every year, our catch up, our meeting, and coming to the Genetec stand. And I'm sure that our audience at home would agree with that as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to see you again.
Good to see you too.
The next time.